So this will pop up once we finish the scan. It says, wait until the end of the volume reconstruction. So this means everything's loading, building, so you just literally gotta wait on it. And this all pops up here. It's just running through, doing its thing, let it go. Okay, and so then we get this screen is what it looks like. So here's where the fun begins. Again, instructions, you're always going to have instructions. So if you, for whatever reason, get confused or whatnot, it tells you. User actions. Look at the image below representing a frontal slice of the volume of the QAT Phantom, which is our friend here that we just did. Okay, so literally, check that we want this example image to look like this, or I guess we want this to look like the example. And what does that mean? Check that there are positioned as shown in the example picture. These lines. One line indicates the position of the PVC element, blah, 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 blah. Don't need to really so much worry about what all that junk is. You just want this to look like that, okay? So meaning this red line is kind of through this empty space here, just like this PMMA line is through the empty space here. So then we want to make sure, oh, okay, this next line, PVC, is through all that junk. So, okay, so our, as you can see, PMMA, PVC, all through here, just like up here. So if it's not, all you gotta do is, again, click and hold, move it wherever you need to. Same thing with this guy here. But once, so yeah, if like this came up and this was here, okay, I gotta move the PVC line up to here. That's all you gotta do. So once that's good, come down here, results, axial slice, blah, 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 blah. Don't need to do anything there. Just make sure that's all good. Click next. Computation in progress, automatic detection. So it's just doing its thing again. More fun here. Okay, so again, all you need to do is just make sure that what it says. We want like homogeneous part here. So these 4 squares need to just be in here. So if this thing was, oh, this is not a drag and drop, sorry. Okay, so this one should be automatic then. Okay, perfect. So yeah, just come down here, status, test, pass. Click next to continue. So yep, good there. Okay, yeah, this is the one we can move. Again, it tells you up here, red rectangles. If not the case, drag and drop. So here's your example. We got a red rectangle in here and a red rectangle over here. Kind of like hamburger there and hot dog style there. Okay, so come down here. Oh, well, it looks just like the one up there. But if you need to, you can move these around. So if like this guy was way out here, if that came up, you'll see test failed down here. But if you come up here again, click it and drag it in here, like in the example, and release, test pass, beautiful. So test pass on the screen, go to the next one. Okay, so again, we want this image to look like the example, and this red rectangle here is in line like this one here. This one, you just want it to be on this edge here. So if for whatever reason, you can see test passed, but if you drag it over here, it'll recompute. Test failed, unable to compute the spatial resolution correctly. So, but that's because this isn't lined up. So we just want to drag it to look like the example. Click and hold anywhere on the red rectangle, drag it on up here. And computation in progress, test pass. Typically, most of these you shouldn't have to move or click or do anything. You should just be able to click through all the stuff. I'm just showing you examples in case, for whatever reason, they're not at some point. This one here, this little red cross can be off sometimes. Our example is here. It's in that little, it's in that little nub there, in the example. So you can click and drag. I mean, it already says test pass, so it's fine. But if you're OCD like some of us, you just drag it right up in here so that it's in the little nub thing. Test pass, we see that, awesome. So we're good to go there. Come down to the lower right, click next. Okay, this guy. For example, 2 red lines on the side of the white, 2 red lines on the side of the white. Again, if you need to move the lines, move them as needed. Test pass. Woohoo, we can go on to next. And then test report. All tests passed successfully. So this is like a report that means like just nothing to me really other than we just want to see that everything was passed. But yep, it automatically saves it. So that's really all you got to do. You can, and then there's a basically all this is, you don't need to worry about it because it's passed and been done. So next, and here's a list of all the ones that have been done. So you can see most of them are constancy tests and then a random acceptancy test just to make sure everything is good there. But it's this constancy test that we really want to just make sure everything is staying constant with everything. So then once this is done, you can move this stuff out of your way back to its regular position. And then you don't want to, what you don't want to do is when it's time to take it apart, you don't want to like lift this up like from here because it'll pop off, or you can, I don't care, but just it's usually easier to take it off as a whole unit. So I would grab with one hand down here, support this while at the same time pushing up here. But since I only have one hand to hold the camera with and want to do this with, I'm just going to swing around. I'm just going to remove it using two hands here. Let me actually set the phone down. Sorry. Perfect. Remove it and you're good to go. One troubleshooting thing is if you get a failed thing when you're doing your acquisitions or failed tests and you can't move the little red boxes around to make it work, ensure that this is pressed down enough on this. Sometimes if it's not seated down far enough on here, it'll give an error. Or if these guys aren't completely lined up and whatnot. So just make sure everything looks like the pictures. And then when you're done, okay, I just want to hold on. Oops, come on. Okay, sorry. And then you can just put it back in the drawer gently. I put it like that, and then, yep, you're good to go. So yeah, that's basically a quick summary. And then of course you can put your chin guard or lip guard, whatever, back on, press down, push that down, and that is it. When you're done, exit. Beautiful.